Women are mad that men aren't hitting on them. Yeah, you wanna know why no men are hitting on women anymore? It's because nobody wants to get a false rape charge because they looked at a girl in the gym. Nobody wants to make eye contact with women at the gym because they're probably recording and they're gonna be humiliated online because they glanced at some chick's ass. Hey guys, I'll be real, man. If you are a girl or if you're a man at a gym and you got a nice ass, I'm looking. I don't care, man. Hey, I am admiring your hard work. And you can do the same to me. Just don't be obnoxious about it. Just give it a little glance, it's okay. I understand everybody sees my big old heavy black dick and they say, man, I need a taste of that. Anyways, let's talk about women.
Tell me why every day I go out looking adorable, tits bouncing, skin glistening, and yet nobody ever hits on me or...
I will say, very fuckable woman. Absolutely. 100%. I'd give her an 8. I do. I would give her an 8, 8.5.
That's just me. Oh my God, like, please.
Yeah, here's the crazy idea. Why don't you just hit on men? You know, why don't you just approach them? Why don't you just talk to them? Stop putting all the burden on us. Because here's the reality. If a 3 out of 10, but yeah, if an 8 out of 10 man comes up to you and says you're beautiful, oh my God, so flattering. If a 3 out of 10 man says, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you say, officer, he raped me. And that's why nobody wants to talk to you anymore, man. Nobody wants to talk to you because your feelings become the confines of a potential lawsuit, and what somebody actually did doesn't matter, only how you perceived it. I'm good. The reality is that, guys, you can have sex with someone in Texas, and they have up to 10 years to decide whether or not they were raped. That's a real thing. And it's very scary being a man in 2025 because feelings are dictating lawsuits, and that's fucking horrifying.
Like, legitimately, how did we get here? How did we get here? I swear these posts have to be freaking rage bait, because with everybody existing on the internet now, there is no way that you make posts like this and not know what the hell's going on. I mean, I'm the queen of not knowing what's going on, so that's possible. But seriously, now I don't blame people when they say that us women don't know what we want. For so many years, for like the past 10 to 15 years, men have been told that they are disgusting and the male gaze is terrible, and that something as basic and instinctual as finding a member of the opposite sex attractive is somehow demonic and wrong against women. But yet, women can do it, but men are not allowed to do it.
Guys, I'm going to say it. I'm going to give a brave take. This might get me canceled. I want to have sex with women. Very brave take in 2025. There goes my career. Yeah, we're cooked, boys.
Back, which is what really, really got me. And even though I was dating at the time, now I'm married, I was thinking to myself, man, you know, if I were still out there and single, I would be very upset because you have these small, insecure, broken women trying to dictate how the rest of us women feel. And it would be very awkward for me not having guys come up to me because they're terrified of being called a creep.
Quick question. Is this Wu Chang, the fallen feather? Yeah, this looks pretty good, man. I actually might have to play this.
And I've always been approached by men, and most women can probably attest to the same thing. They usually have men approaching them. So now you have these women out here trying to say that men are creepy for doing what they want men to do. They don't want men to approach them in reality, but yet a lot of them have Instagram and all these other social media platforms where they still want the male attention, because I promise you the majority of it isn't coming from women, and they don't have any problem with that.
You know what the funniest thing was? Is all these women complaining about being sexualized when they're posting twerking videos on their Snapchat and Instagram. They say, oh, why are you sexualizing me? I'm just having fun with my girls at the club. Bro, if you posted a video of you shaking your ass, I'm jerking off immediately. Literally imitating what it looks like getting pounded as a dance. And you can sit there and act like I'm weird for that, but if a girl puts their ass towards the camera and starts shaking it, what else am I to do? That ain't you are AOE taunting my fucking boner, brother.
But yet, you see what I'm saying? Like, you're always contradicting yourself with these people. And then the small vocal people, the small amount of vocal people out there make it worse for absolutely everybody else. And now we have women finally...
Yeah, and then you post a video of your boobs taking up 80% of the camera and then saying my eyes are up here. What the fuck? I don't care. The hell? I don't give a fuck, man. Your low cut top is showing like 50% of your nipple, man. If you think I'm not blowing my load of that, I don't know what you want me to say.
Why men need to step up. No, you need to step up and stop being idiots and decide what it is exactly that you want.
Yeah, guys, hot take. If a person posts porn of themselves, I'm gonna jerk off. I bet you that make people think that I'm a creep and a weirdo. Yeah, man. Hey, this woman just posted porn of themselves. Oh, and you jerked off to it? Man, you're a creep. Okay, dude.
When other women are speaking for you and you
You
don't agree with them,
sicko.
call them out and say, you don't speak for the rest of us. Stop it. You're ruining things for the rest of us. Just because you have broken brain casing and daddy issues
Jesus.
doesn't mean the rest of us have them. The rest of us are okay with men coming up
What
to us
the
respectfully
fuck?
and asking us out or telling us that we're beautiful. It's not that serious. And if you're in a situation where you can't exist around other human beings, even though I know that there's issues out there, if you haven't learned to handle your issues, then you should stay inside or go get therapy.
Pay attention to me tonight. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. Buy a drink. I mean, it's like very fucking simple.
And stealing Finance Bros salads. And then looking their name up from the salad order on LinkedIn, messaging them through there and being like, hey, oh my god, so sorry, grabbed your salad. And that's how they're like sliding it. Why can't they just come up to us at a bar? Like, just please step up or your salad's gonna fucking get taken. Your lunch is.
Ow. So you stalk people and steal their stuff for attention. But yet if the same dude were to come up to you in a bar or do something like that and approach you, you would call them creepy. Men can't even exist at men's spaces without women coming in and saying, we want that space. And it's bad enough that you have men trying to exist at the gym. They're working out and you're like, oh, you're staring at me, even though you literally go in their line of sight and you have a camera there to then stare at them and show them to the rest of the world when they're not even looking at you. And then when they mind their business and don't help you, you get upset. Like, I'm a woman and I'm getting frustrated by these weirdos. Like, if you make up your mind what you want.
All right. I need to ask you a genuine question. When these women come to these gyms and they're wearing booty shorts so tight and they run a seam to where each individual cheek you can see visibly, how do these women not understand that you might catch a glance or two? It'd be the exact same thing if a man came into a gym wearing a fucking Speedo. Yeah, you're probably gonna stare at his cock. Listen, now if you're a girl and you're wearing like a tank top and a fucking sweatpants, absolutely don't be weird, right? But don't be surprised when you're wearing borderline lingerie to the gym and people are looking. It's the same thing for dudes who are walking with their shirt off. Obviously, people are gonna look. You're fucking naked.
People are going out there and ruining people's reputations unwarrantedly. And you're also going out there and making a fool of yourself because you can't be that brain dead when it comes to the internet to not know what has been going on for the past 10 years. Like, dudes can literally go to jail if a woman just tells someone, oh, he did something to me, with no evidence required whatsoever. So you can't really blame guys for doing exactly what you've been telling them to do, which is to stay away from you. It's also possible that your energy is probably off and you can tell that you're crazy from a mile away. That could also be it.
What is everyone fit?
Great channel.
Every day, it's really getting old. Like, come on. It is like because you come here every day with a plan, they outfit like mine.
At first, it sounded empowering. I don't dress for men. I don't need their attention. I like being unapproachable. But then women started admitting that men don't approach them anymore. They feel intimidating or they feel invisible. Now we're in this weird middle ground where women would rather swallow jeans than hear a man's opinion.
So as Janae's
It's because women don't know what they want. There it is.
video says, we escaped the male gaze and somehow it backfired. What I find hilarious is that did nobody else figure this would happen? Did nobody else see this was a pattern that was going to form? Like, I peeped it right away when it happened, and other girls and other men said the same thing when all of this was starting with the whole man versus bear thing, and they were all saying, oh, it's going to get to the point where they're going to start complaining. Don't look at us. Oh no, why won't you look at us? Like, it's so
Yeah. Where all these women said they'd rather spend time in a forest with a bear than a man because a man is dangerous. Hey, listen, ladies, I would rather spend my time with a bear in the forest as well because they're not going to falsely accuse me of rape. I'm good. I'll take my chances with the fucking bear.
annoying. And at this point, I think that men, including my brothers and the men in my family, should just stick to your guns and just ignore women. Ignore them. Make them chase you. Because we were living in an easy mode for all this time. And then on top of that, you want to punish men for not even doing anything wrong. Like, I know there's creepy people out there. Trust me, I understand.
Yeah, bears
like,
won't
even in
take half your
situations where they
income.
post these videos on TikTok of women saying, he's being creep, they're literally not doing anything. It's kind of like the same argument that people make for the whole entertainment sphere when they say, well, if you don't like something, don't watch it. Okay. And then when we don't watch it, they come back and wonder in shock and awe why no one's watching what they told people not to watch. Like, it's almost like if you have if you do an action, it gets a reaction, and you not expecting the reaction to happen when you become the catalyst for that reaction means you're insane. It means that you're either really stupid or you're insane. One of those things, both of those things are bad.
Like, I'm setting it all up for him. Like, he doesn't have to figure anything out. He says Stone Street. Like, I'm supposed to know what that is. So now I have to go Google. Cute. I think I've been there. What's your schedule? Like, I can't even get the decency of a full sentence. Schedule's insane. Work crazy hours. Cool, you're really making me work for this. What every girl dreams for. I'm done with men.
And from the looks of it, they're done with you too. I guess
What?
people have to learn. Like, I know it's not that complicated. People think that it is. But the whole Me Too thing became overkill because they were just saying, well, believe all women. And even when women lie, because they're humans, we're humans too. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Like, that's just part of being mankind, especially if you don't have a good upbringing.
Bro, Me Too, which was supposed to be a movement of allowing people to talk about the sexual abuse they endured, instead became a weaponized assault on any person they didn't like and attempt to ruin any person they don't like's life.
I mean, I don't know why this is so hard to believe and why it was so shocking that a lot of women use this as means to scorn men or go after men and ruin their lives, even when the men didn't do anything, even when they were innocent. It got to the point where every expression of male interest was then deemed as harassment. And not every man trying to initiate a connection is creepy. And these women or these fatherless people did not have the understanding, the basic understanding or instinct to recognize that. A lot of men, especially the decent and really respectful ones, started backing off because they're like, well, first of all, I don't want to get fired from my job. I don't want to get dragged on TikTok. I don't want to go to jail. Why try talking to a woman if you might get accused of being predatory? Why risk your reputation or a confrontation or even rejection when the cultural vibe is now, men, sit down and shut up unless we give you explicit permission. A man can't even talk about his preferences. Women can say up and down how they want men over 7 feet tall with making freaking 700 figures, but men cannot do the same and say, hey, I want a woman who is fit and pretty and who is nice to me. They can't say that without people jumping down their throats.
I don't give a fuck what a woman looks like at all. The only requirement I have for a woman in 2025 is I just want them to be nice to me. That's it. I want communication skills and I want them to be nice to me. I just want to be treated nice because I am so tired of dealing with women that you do everything for. You pay for the house, you pay for the bills, you pay for the food, you pay for the maids. Any issue in life you take care of, and they're ungrateful little cunts. I only want a woman who understands how much I care about them and will treat me with the same respect that I give them. Because I cannot tell you how much bitterness and resentment you will build up as a man if you do everything for your woman and you get nothing in return. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, it will turn you into a monster. You can be the best man on earth, but if you have an ungrateful partner, it will turn you into a fucking monster, bro.
And trying to chest burst them.
Well, last night they tried to shame me last night on Ruslan's show for having preferences. Ladies, do you have preferences? Do you want a guy taller than you? If you want a guy taller than you, then you exclude all the guys shorter than you. You want a guy that's making more money than you? Then you're excluding men that make the same or less than you. You want a guy a certain skin type, color, race, nationality, whatever. That excludes all the dudes that don't match that criteria. So you do have preferences. So when a guy has preferences, it's an ism.
Women are more than qualified enough to talk about masculine energy because women who are feminine are attracted to men who are masculine. But I guess my question is, when women talk about wanting a guy who can take the lead, who's confident, who can pay, who can provide, who can do all these great things in a relationship, that's okay. But when a man talks about what he thinks femininity is, or when he talks about what he desires in a relationship or a traditional relationship, he's met with a lot of hatred and contempt on the internet. I'm genuinely curious, like, what is a man allowed to exercise his preference in women without getting shamed or degraded for saying something like that?
And the other thing I've noticed, and trust me, I've been around enough.
Don't let the internet tell you that you have to settle for third banged out sluts. Third rate, ugly ass, banged out sluts. Otherwise they'll tell you that you're too picky. Don't settle for somebody who's been ran through by 150 other dudes and then get told, oh, you're shallow because you won't let a woman express their body. And same thing with you women. Don't settle for a man who's banged 200 other women and then goes to you. You think he ain't gonna cheat on you? Having sex is one of the most sacred things that you can do on this earth, and sharing that with the person that you love is so fucking important. So when you have all these monkeys who are banging because they have nothing better to do with their fucking life, why would you ever bother being a partner with this person? Because that sacred act means nothing to them. It means nothing. So find someone where the sacred act can actually be special for them, because that's worth settling down for. I'll be real, man. I ain't settling for no whore. I'm good, man. Absolutely not.
Women, I've seen it. I've heard them talking behind closed doors. I know how they think. A lot of them have a problem with being submissive. They'll say, oh, I want this, and they'll read the books, and oh, I wish men were more assertive. But then when they are, you call the cops on them, or you ruin their reputation. You say you want one thing, but then you don't allow the men to just lead. You say you want them to be good fathers, but when the fathers exercise discipline, you undermine them in front of the children.
Tell you that you were so beautiful and I'd love to get your number to take you out. And my instant reaction was, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I have a boyfriend. Which is not true.
And here's the other thing. Then these women want these men who will take care of all their financial issues. They'll say, I want 6 foot, 6 figures, 6 inches. And he should take care of me and I shouldn't have to work. And then once the man is paying for everything in the house, they're also not allowed to tell the woman to do anything. And it's like, okay, so let me get this right. I need to support you for your entire life. I need to pay for everything. And I can't ask anything of you. How does that work? Because then I'm being abusive. Okay, so let me get this right. Women want men that are slaves. Because here's the reality. If you're a woman and you are dating a man and he is paying for everything because you don't have a job, then you can choose one of two things. Listen to the guy who's paying for everything because he is supporting you financially and because he loves you, or you can get a real job and then listen to your boss who's a man as he underpays you, as he treats you like shit, and you can be empowered and listen to him. But if you're going to go and ask a man or a woman, because there's sugar mamas and there's sugar daddies, if you are putting the financial responsibility in your partner in totality, you better be working your ass off for your partner. You better be. You better be cooking. You better be cleaning. You better be doing everything that is asked of you, because now you have turned your partner into your employer.
Why I said that, I'm actually kicking myself for saying I do not have a boyfriend. I'm not talking to anyone, but my instant reaction, because no one's ever done that to me before, I froze and was like, I'm so sorry, I have a boyfriend. And he's like, oh, that's really sad, but you never know if you don't try. And I'm like, yeah, I really admire you for coming up and talking, thank you so much, have a beautiful day. And he's like, you too, miss, all the best. Why did I tell him I had a boyfriend when I don't? Ugh.
Get fucked.
This is why I'm single. This is why I'm single.
I told my husband about this too, and I have a thing in my relationships, and I know this is not speaking for everybody else, everyone is different, but in my relationship, I share everything with my husband. Even my other relationships. All I want is, hey, honesty. The both of us have each other's back, we trust each other with our lives, we should be honest about everything, we shouldn't judge each other for our things, you know what I mean? So we know everything about each other, even the really weird things that probably other people wouldn't know. That's part of trust. And I expect that from my partner, and he expects that from me. One of the things that I do is I always tell my husband where I am. If I'm going somewhere, if he doesn't feel comfortable with me going somewhere because he feels like it's unsafe, I won't go there. I won't be like, you're trying to control me and all that shit that people do. If I say, hey, can I have this as, the chocolate or whatever it is.
When your partner is stupid, men, you are going to be called manipulative. When you are looking out for them and their safety, because you know where they're going is dangerous, you're going to be called manipulative. I'm sorry, bro. If you're a woman and you're telling your partner, hey, I'm going to go get drunk in this shady ass bar alone with none of my friends, and your partner says, I don't want you to do that. That's not them manipulating you. That's them being worried about your safety. And I feel like that gets misconstrued so often, where you're not allowed to tell anybody to do anything because then you're manipulating them. It's insane. You'll realize all the ones who disagree with you are male simps. I'll be real, I've seen one guy disagree with me this entire time. A lot of uncomfortable truths are going to be said during this video because the internet is trying to convince all men to be essentially wage slaves for their partners, where you should just give women all of your money and listen to everything they say while having no liberty to have any free will of your own, and just be a mindless pay piggy for your partner, because if you're not, well, then you're abusive. And the other thing is that women need to realize that they should be empowered to have a trad husband or a non-trad husband, that while they're working, making all the money, The husband should be supporting the woman in everything they fucking do. There's levels to this shit. But we're being manipulated and we're being deceived and we're being conditioned to living undesirable lives because God forbid someone gets upset with us.
And we have a certain budget for things. And he says, no. I listen to him. I personally like being submissive. I like someone who can take control. And I legit was in a store and the woman waited till he walked away. And this has happened several times with other women telling me this. And
there is nothing wrong with being a submissive partner. There's nothing wrong with that. Man or woman. If you want to be a submissive partner to your partner, you are absolutely well within your rights. There is nothing wrong with that. If you want your partner to take charge, that is absolutely A-okay.
I know they probably mean well, but they literally were like, oh, you could just take it anyway. And I said, no, that would be dishonest.
Yeah. Submissive women, AKA women that trust their partner. That is absolutely A-okay to be. I feel like there's so many men and women that are now conditioned to never trusting their partner ever. And it sucks because a lot of the time they're fucking right. But man, it is very sad how trusting your partner is now being seen as a desirable trait when I remember where it used to just be a boilerplate factory setting.
And she's like, girl, you have a lot to learn. And then there was another situation where I was out with these other women that I met. I don't even know them. And it had been like an hour. I was walking the dog and I met these people. And these women were basically telling me their life story. So I told them, hold on, it's been quite...
Y'all ever notice that Geralt has no ass? Did y'all ever notice that? Geralt has no ass. Bro, look at his ass.
The dog, and I met these people, and these women were basically telling me their life story.
Look at that.
So
what is that?
It's been quite a bit of time. I don't want my husband to worry. Let me call him and let him know where I am. And then they went on to say, well, sometimes women need a bit of mystery and blah, blah, blah. You don't have to tell him absolutely everything. Do you tell him absolutely everything? I said, yes. And they literally looked at me and smiled and shook their head and said, girl, you have a lot to learn. One of them said that.
Hell no, brother. Just share your location with your partner 24/7. Just share your location, right? If you've been with them for 6 months and it's been good, just share your fucking location, bro. It ain't that deep.
Girl, you have a lot to learn. As if there's this unspoken rule that women are supposed to hide things from their partner, even when they're out there flirting with other guys and they're in relationships and they expect me to do the same thing. And I say, nah, I'm not going to do that. And they get all weird and ask why I'm like that with a dude and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you wouldn't like your dude doing that. You would probably lose your shit if he was out there doing that with his boys. So why would you do the same thing that you don't expect of him or you don't want him to do?
The only thing that partners should keep private from their partners is the contents of their DMs and the contents of their phone. And I genuinely believe that. Because everyone needs some sense of privacy. Everybody needs some sense of everybody has their own secrets, right? Everybody has their weird shit that they fucking look at. Going through your partner's internet history or their DMs, it's just fucking dehumanizing. It's so weird. So I think that's pretty much the extent of it. Other than that, I share friends, I share where I'm at, I share all my fucking stories. But everybody needs to have a little bit of, what's the word? Maybe secrecy, but nothing crazy. Women can be weird too. Oh no, absolutely as well. All right, sharing my porn, yeah. Because when you share the type of porn that you watch with your partner, it's going to lead to insecurity. They're going to start getting self-doubt. Nobody needs to know what you're jerking off to when they're not around. You know what I mean? That's just going to make them fucking feel bad. And they're going to compare themselves to anime characters. And nobody wants to hear a woman or a man talk about how they're insecure because you jerked off to hentai, and now that makes them sad. Because it's like, well, there's no way any real person can actually compete with an anime person. So I understand why this makes you very, very, very upset, because it's justifiable. If I see my woman jerking off to Jotaro and Goku, yeah, I'm gonna be like, damn, I can work out my entire life and I'll never look as good as them. So I'm good, man. Just jerk off wherever you want. Don't tell me about it. I don't care.
And then I get dragged for it. Not in real life. In real life, they're really respectful, but on the internet especially, they will.
In reality, I know what women are jerking off to. They're jerking off to T-Rex's fucking buses. Like Alien versus Predator. They're jerking off to aliens and shit, like fucking octopuses. I'm sorry, babe. I only got 10 fingers. I don't got 8 tentacles.
Quickly drag you. But if the man does the same thing, something's wrong with him. He's sexist. He's misogynist. As a matter of fact, you know how many times I've been attacked just for talking about stuff like this? And girls call me misogynistic or having internalized misogyny, or a man is somehow controlling me? Because God forbid I'm a woman who has her own thought process and might not agree with what you're saying, which I find rich, because isn't that stepping on women and punching down on them by thinking that they can't have their own mindset, and if they do contrary to what you want them to do, something is wrong with them? It's so weird because women will be the ones doing that to other women, which is crazy. There's this new thing now that if you are a woman who speaks up about stuff like this, like me, you're labeled a pick-me. Which is so weird because, first of all, why would you not want to be picked? A man wants to be picked by a woman wants to be picked by a man if they're interested in that relationship. So I don't even know how that became a derogatory situation. And second of all, I'm married. Are you projecting? Like, what is it about what I'm saying is so negative to you? Me just simply saying, hey, you have preferences? Men have preferences. You don't like this? Men don't like this. Why are they then, women who speak up about this, labeled as pick-me's or insulted by other women for simply addressing the very real fact that all humans have?
Bro, I can't tell you how much shit women get for supporting men on Twitter. Like, Kitsuneru and Kirsha put up posts of saying that I think men are okay. And that's the reason why I talked to both of them. Because it's now a hot take on Twitter to say that you support men when you're a woman on the internet. And it's just disgusting, bro. Male hate is insane right now.
Preferences, and all humans have feelings. Make it make sense.
Like, why can't we just go back to shitting on furries? Like, why are we shitting on all men, man? Like, come on.
A woman can ruin your reputation, render you unemployable, and land you in jail.
Yep.
The difference between a welcome approach and harassment is how desirable the woman finds you.
So honestly, I don't give a damn. I don't feel sorry for any of these women that are crying for attention, because one of the things that happens with women that exist on social media like this is they thirst for attention. And the minute you take that away, it's a problem. Men, stand to your guns. Women, if you really care about men and you want them so much, just understand that this is the environment that you and your sisters created, and you're just going to have to deal with it. If something happened to my husband, or we split up, or whatever the case is, I would have to deal with the fact that guys are not comfortable with approaching women anymore. Doesn't matter how pretty you are, how much you think that men should just fall at your feet. You have now created the very real environment in which you have changed the game for yourself. You've made it backfire, and now you just have to approach guys. It is what it is. Don't be mad. You weren't calling out your sisters when they were doing all of this stuff. As a matter of fact, a lot of these women were cheering other women on. Yeah, how dare he have a preference? How dare he come up and say that you're beautiful? You don't exist for his eyes. Then date your fellow women, or leave men alone. Or just do what you need to do. Be strong and independent, and go up there and pull up your big girl granny panties and approach the dude. It really is that simple. Like you said, you're telling them it's not hard for them to step up and ask you out. Then it shouldn't be hard for you either, because we're equal, right?
2 words to summarize this video. Hoes mad.
It could be weight, it could be color, it could be income, it could be hair length, it could be nails, it could be whatever he wants to say. If whoever he's alienating with that preference, it's gonna be think pieces written. He gonna get bashed. Oh my God, I can't believe you would say something like that. But when women come out and say, my man gotta be 6'2", my man gotta be chocolate, my man gotta be this, men are not writing think pieces about that. We're not. We're not taking it that personal, especially if we didn't shoot at you directly. If I'm just scrolling and reading tweets, and I just see a random chick say, "Oh, okay, she like 6'2". Okay, cool. She only take it to me anyway. Let me keep scrolling. That's how most men are gonna process that. Right. But women will literally stop and be, "Whoa, who is it? She don't even know them. She don't even know them." Wait, what do you mean that you don't like women that's so 210? Like, what the fuck is that?
And the other thing I find really rich is that a lot of these women that are getting mad at men for not wanting fat women or tall women or whatever the case is, they will look at a man that doesn't fit their preference, and that man approaches them and they're like, oh, get your fat ass away from me. I don't want no nasty, jiggling, fat ass lard bucket whale of a freaking man.
If a woman weighs more than me, I'm not dating them. I'm just not. I am not gonna date a fat woman. Porn has ruined me to give me unimaginable high standards in the appearance of a woman. So I will admit, I do need them to be fit and be nice. That is very basic. I mean, straight up. Guys, there's even races that I won't date. Absolutely. If a woman weighs more than you, she's on life support. Also very true. Yeah, which races? All of them. Muscle mommies? Oh, I got nothing against muscle mommies, man. Yeah, no, chicks who go to the gym are hot as fuck. Yep, you should do a race tier list, also very true. Yeah, I also wouldn't date a trans woman. I just wouldn't do that. That to me just doesn't make any sense in my brain. I don't have nothing against trans people, but the idea of doing a artificial vagina is weird to me. I already have a hard enough issue with like vaginas as is, so like that shit just fucking makes me feel weird. Yeah, I don't know. I have never seen one. I don't want to. It just fucking freaks me the fuck out. People call you transphobic. I mean, I'll be real. Just because I don't want to fuck every single human on earth based on my preferences, don't make me feel any type of way. Don't make me nothing, right? It is what it is, man. Like, you can get upset at that, but that's just the truth. I just watched the whole video of Wubby talking to a guy with 3 real dolls. That's weird as fuck. Anyways, let's keep going.
but yet you yourself is a fucking whale. Like, what are we talking about? You don't want to settle for what you deem as disgusting and gross, but yet you look exactly the same as those men that you are rejecting, and you're trying to give that to someone way out of your league. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, that doesn't even make sense. I don't understand it, and then it's a problem. So are you not being fat phobic?
That's like telling people that, like, if you're not jerking off to at least one black woman every month, you're racist. It's like you have to hit a quota. Okay, so I made sure to jerk off to a white woman, an Asian, a Mexican, and a black. All right, so I'm not racist yet. All right, hold on. Let me jerk off to a fat chick. Okay, not fat phobic. All right, let me jerk off to 3 trans and 2 lesbian porn. Okay, we're still good. Gotta make sure I hit my quota. Oh, fuck, I forgot to jerk off to a Filipino. Man, I'm cooked.
To the men that are approaching you that are fat, you see, it only goes one way, which is why people don't respect people like this, and that's why things are the way they are. But I do think it's mostly because of the whole I could go to jail kind of situation that's happening. Honestly, if I was a dude and this was the current environment, still in this current environment, I wouldn't want to have anything to do with women. I would just sit and beat my meat all day because it's more safe that way. Because
it's true.
It's a 50-50 whether or not the woman is crazy. And let's say you do reject her. Let's say she vibes with you and you reject her and you're like, I don't really want to be with this person. It is what it is. I'll just move on. This isn't work. She keys your car. She calls the cops. She says you hit her. Everyone just believes her. You go to jail. You can't, like, how? That's a hell of a risk to take for a dude. I would just stay by myself, especially because I'm an introvert. Oh, fuck that noise. So I completely understand where men are coming from. Women, you need to step up, and we need to change the environment. I think it is starting to change now. Women are realizing this, but I still see more than the average women online, at least, villainizing men for having preferences. And when women act like this, you'll have men cheating videos. Oh my God, look at what he did. Horrible, right? Understandably. Cheating is wrong.
I will also be real. If that chick has no ass or no boobs, I'm also not fucking him. I'm also just not jerking off to him. I'm just not. Right? I'm just not doing it. Right? Does that make me fucking anorexic phobic? I don't know, maybe. But like, bro, you need to have some meat somewhere. You gotta have something, bro. I'm sorry that I'm not a horny monkey that gets turned on by looking at rocks. However, I can't control what my dick will work for or not. Brother, I had an ED for like 3 years of my life. Anything I get hard at, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do more of that. Right? Even for sex, I got like maybe 5-6 positions. It doesn't work anywhere else. All right? So I'm just like, hey, I'll take what I can get. I'll do whatever doesn't skeeve me the fuck out. You got people having sex standing up. That's hard. That is exhausting. Shout outs to all you guys who have the stamina to do that, man.
A woman does it and she's going crazy and blocking his car, but you don't know what he did to make her do that. Like, what in the world? Ooh, oh my, I don't know how men stay sane. I don't know how they stay sane.
Oh, we don't. That's the trick. We don't. This world, society that we've built has driven men insane, including myself. It's a shame.
With this constant, not to mention the media. The media.
Dude, I love listening to women talk about women just fucking sucking. This might be my new fetish. I love this shit. It is so nice when a woman talks about the problems of today's society. It's incredible. It makes me believe that, because, dude, guys, I'm going to say it. Good women do still exist. They do. You just got to really look.
Is also responsible, talking about how certain men are pasty and just being really racist or sexist towards men, and that's totally okay. They're the men have standards. Remember what happened to, what was that guy's name again? I think it was Jonah Hill, when he was using the word that his therapist told him. He was trying to be mature and telling his woman, it's healthy to set my boundaries and this makes me feel unsafe. Whatever he was saying about how she was acting, and women were getting upset. When women use therapists speak, yes, girl, that's right. Speak your truth. But then when he uses the exact same language that they do, oh, he's being manipulative using the therapy speak. Oh my God, bitch, shut up. Oh my God, I'm so sick and tired of people like this. Good grief. Go on. If you're having a problem with getting attention, that is on you. I'm not saying that those people are specifically a result of why men are doing that, or they're one of the women that were doing that, but read the room. Read the room and understand. And just know that this is your current existence and it sucks. Deal with it. Deal with it, or go to another country and deal with that. I promise you, you probably won't like it so much. because you probably won't have as many rights in that country. But everywhere you go, everywhere that has these Western ideals now where they're putting down men, the same thing is happening over there. Even in Asian countries, a lot of people would be shocked to know that you still have to do the same amount of work as a woman in those countries, in certain areas, as you would have to do here, because that's just what feminism does. But anyway, that's just me. What do you guys think? Men, do you ever see yourselves getting back to a point where you would take the risk and start approaching women, or has the bridge been burned to the point where women have been screaming at the ceiling that they don't want you approaching them?
I never make the first move. Ever. Never, ever. Thankfully, I'm gorgeous. And I'm bald. And being a millionaire also helps as well. But yeah, I'm good. I will never, ever make the first move. But I will make it incredibly obvious that I'm into you. I won't say it. I won't push on it. But I will give you everything when you talk. No way. He did that? Oh my God. No, tell me more. You're so funny. By the way, I love your outfit today. It's very, very, very nice. Your eyes, they're just so interesting. I'm going to take you back to my house and tell you. Anyway, great fucking video. I mean, dude, this is some banger content today, boys. This is great. Like, comment, subscribe.